This animated standalone Lord of the Rings film delivers a serviceable war story. It does not, however, serve as an essential addition to screen adaptations of J.R.R. Tolkien's literature. Still, some Tolkien completists may find some enjoyment in its exploration of a lesser seen time and corner of Middle-earth. The War of Rohirrim takes us back 183 years before the events of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, turning the spotlight on the legendary Rohan king Helm Hammerhand, voiced by Brian Cox, and the grim series of events that lead to his kingdom's siege by the Dunlendings. The story focuses on Helm's daughter Hera, voiced by Gaia Wise, who steps up to defend her people in the face of impending war. What unfolds is a tale of vengeance and obsession, one that doesn't shy away from brutality or the darker truths of warfare. And yet, for all its potential, the film isn't as gripping as it should be. One of the big issues, at least for this reviewer, lies in the character work, which feels shallow and over-reliant on tired archetypes. Our lead character Hera, an original creation for the film, loosely inspired by a nameless daughter briefly referenced in Tolkien's works, despite her position as the story's emotional center, struggles to rise above her cookie-cutter, strong and independent framing. While the intent is clear, her characterization is overly simplistic. The supporting characters, they don't fare much better, though there is some redemption in our antagonist, Wolf, voiced by Luca Pasqualino, whose internal conflict brings a hint of complexity. I thought the voice cast did well overall, injecting life where they could, and the script occasionally landed with moments of sharp dialogue. Where the War of the Rohirrim finds its footing is in the action. A tense nighttime battle sequence is a highlight, both visually striking and cleverly choreographed. The film's somber tone fits the narrative. This is a grim, blood-soaked portrayal of war after all, but it suffers from a lack of variation. The result is, emotionally, a relatively flat experience. While characters meet their fates and sacrifices are made, the impact often doesn't hit as hard as it should. Clocking in at 2 hours and 14 minutes, the runtime also doesn't do the film any favors. The drawn-out final siege in particular overstays its welcome, turning what should have been a climactic punch into a sluggish back and forth that loses its impact. And as a prequel to The Lord of the Rings, it's hard to shake the sense that something is missing. Without the magic, wonder, or grand sense of fantasy that Tolkien's world is known for, this story of men feels more like historical fiction with a light dusting of Middle-earth references. The nods to the larger mythology are few and fleeting, often feeling more like winks to the audience than integral elements of the story. On a visual level, the film is mixed, but when it's good, it's impressive, including some slickly immersive action and picturesque vistas, so perhaps anime fans will have a comfortable palette to enjoy. The Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim ultimately delivers a functional, albeit forgettable, war story. While there are flashes of inspiration in its visuals and moments of drama, it struggles to rise above its flaws in pacing and characterization. Like I first said, there may be enough here of interest for die-hard Tolkienists, but for most, I think this is unlikely to leave a lasting impression. 3 stars out of 5.